a suffix j is equal to x minus aj divided by mod of x minus a suffix j. Limit x tends to a suffix small m into of a1 into a2 into a3 into up to an, where 1 less than or equal to m less than or equal to n. This is the condition given. Okay, solution. Let m is equal to n is equal to 1. That implies limit x tends to a1. Oh, a1 means, so only one term is included. So that is equal to a1. Okay, m is equal to n is equal to 1. Limit x tends to a1. Only this a1 is required. That is equal to limit x tends to a1. What is aj? a1 is equal to a1. So a1 is equal to x minus a1 divided by mod of x minus a1. Right. Now, mod of x minus a1 is equal to x minus a1 if x greater than or equal to a1. And this is equal to minus of x minus a1 if x less than a1. Okay. Now, so this limit is equal to limit x tends to a1 plus, that is right hand limit. For modulus problem and greatest integer problem, fractional part problem, etc., we have to find both RHL and LHL. So this is equal to x minus a1, mod of x minus a1 is equal to x minus 7. It cancel. So the value of the limit is equal to 1. Now left hand limit implies limit x tends to a1 minus x minus a1. This for x less than a1, this become minus of x minus 7 divided by minus of x minus 7. This get cancelled is equal to minus 1. So LHL not equal to RHL. That is limit does not exist. For limit x tends to a2, this become a1 into a2, capital A1 into capital A2. For a1 limit does not exist. So for this also limit does not exist, and so on. So for this function limit does not exist. X tends to infinity. F of x plus 3f of x minus 1 divided by f of x square is equal to 3. The value of the limit is given, that is equal to 3. Find f of x is equal to question. Right. Now we can write this is equal to limit x tends to infinity. I am taking the LCM. So this becomes f cube x plus 3f of x minus 1 whole divided by f square x. That is taking here cross multiplying. So that becomes is equal to 3 into f square x. Now this can be written as limit x tends to infinity f cube x. This is taken as LHS this time. So minus 3 f square x plus 3 f of x minus 1. That is equal to 0. This is the form a minus b the whole cube. That is equal to a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. So we can write this is equal to limit x tends to infinity f of x minus 1 the whole cube. That is equal to 0. This implies f of x is equal to 1. Okay, so f of x is equal to 1. Now putting this value, this becomes 1 plus 3 into 1 minus 1 by 1 square, that's 1. So that is equal to 1 plus 3 minus 1, 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3. That is the RHS. Tends to minus 7. Greatest integer function of x plus 7. This into greatest integer function of x plus 8 whole divided by sine of x plus 7 sine of x plus 8. This is limit x tends to minus 7. So minus 7, minus 8, minus 6. Limit x tends to minus 7, minus 7, minus greatest integer function. That is, the value of this limit is LHL. This is equal to, approaching from left of minus 7, that's equal to minus 8. Now, limit x tends to minus 7 plus. This is RHL of this greatest integer function. Approaching from this side, right side. So this is equal to minus 7. Minus 7. When limit is for this limit approaching from left hand limit. But this term become minus 7, minus 8. So limit x tends to minus 7. The value of greatest integer function of x is minus 8 plus 7 into value of this is when approaching from left. That is minus 8 plus 8. This divided by denominator type. So this become 0 in the numerator. That is minus 1 into 0 in the numerator. So value is equal to 0. Now RHL. What happens? For this RHL minus 7. So this value is equal to minus 7 plus 7 into minus 7 plus 8. Value of the denominator function. Minus 7 plus 7, that is equal to 0 into 1 divided by this. So that is equal to 0. This implies LHL is equal to RHL is equal to 0. So limit exists. Limit x tends to pi 2 raised to cot x plus 3 raised to cot x minus 5 into 5 raised to cot x plus 2 whole divided by 4 raised to cot x plus 3 raised to cot x minus 5 raised to cot x plus 1. This is our question. Now let us draw the graph of cot x. This is pi by 2. Cot x. Pi by 2, pi. Right. Since limit is approaching towards pi by 2. So cot pi by 2 is equal to 0 and cot 0 is equal to infinity. This is the approximate graph. So when x tends to pi, the value of cot x tends to minus infinity. So this term become 2 raised to minus infinity. That is 1 by 2 raised to infinity. 2 raised to infinity is infinity. That is equal to 1 by infinity is equal to 0. So this term is equal to 0, this 0, this 0, this 0, this 0, this 0. So the remaining term is numerator 2 and denominator 1. So it's equal to 2 by 1. So answer is 2. Limit x tends to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c divided by x is equal to 0. And limit x tends to infinity. This is also equal to 0. A comma B comma C is the question. So it's a double limit problem. One is limit x tends to 0 and other is x tends to infinity. So let us consider limit x tends to 0, ax square plus bx plus c divided by x, and limit x tends to infinity, ax square plus bx plus c divided by x. The value of the limit is given, that is equal to 0. Now this is equal to limit x tends to 0, ax plus b by c by x is equal to 0. Right. Now what is c by x? C by x means c by 0. That is equal to infinity. That is not possible. This is not possible since answer is 0. So the value of c should be 0. Then this term vanishes. This term vanishes. That is equal to 0. So c equal to 0. Now a into x. A into x means a into 0. That is equal to 0. So a is any real number. B is a constant. That should be equal to 0. Then only this equality is satisfied. So this implies a is an element of R, B is equal to 0 and C is equal to 0 for this condition. Now look at this condition. This limit is also is equal to 0. That is limit x tends to infinity, ax plus b plus c by x is equal to 0. Consider this term. This term becomes c by infinity. That is equal to 0. In real number divided by infinity is always equal to 0. So c belongs to R, any real number. B should be 0, then only this becomes 0. So B is equal to 0. Now A means infinity. That is A into infinity. That is equal to infinity. This is not possible. So A should be 0. Then A equal to 0, this term vanishes. B is equal to 0, this term vanishes. C be any real number. So C by infinity is equal to 0. So from here A equal to 0 and B equal to 0 and C is element of R. By comparing these two equations, these two conditions to be satisfied, that implies A is equal to, A is equal to, B equal to, C is equal to 0. Then these two equations to be satisfied. If An plus Bn plus Cn is equal to 2n plus 1, An Bn plus Bn Cn plus Cn An is equal to 2n minus 1, and An Bn Cn is equal to minus 1. A condition is given, An less than Bn less than Cn. This is the condition given. Find limit n tends to infinity, n into an. This is equal to question. Right. Now, what is this? Let an, bn and cn be the roots of a cubic equation. For a cubic equation become x cube minus sum of roots. Sum of roots means an plus bn plus cn into x square. This minus, next is plus. Then this term. That is an bn plus bn cn plus cn an into x. Plus then next is minus product of the roots. An bn cn is equal to 0. This is a standard cubic equation if an, b and cn are taking as roots. Now this equation become x cube minus an plus bn plus cn is equal to 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1 into x square plus this term become 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1 into x, and this is minus the product of roots, that is equal to minus 1. So minus of minus plus 1 is equal to 0. This is a cubic equation having roots a, n, b, n and c. Put x is equal to 1. Then what happens? This becomes 1 cube. That's 1 minus 2n plus 1 plus 2n minus 1 plus 1. 1 and 1 get cancelled. This 1 and this 1 get cancelled. Minus 2n and plus 2n get cancelled. This is equal to 0. So x is equal to 1 is a root of this equation. So x minus 1 is a factor. By x minus 1. So this equation is x cube minus 2n plus 1 x square plus 2n minus 1x plus 1 divided by x minus. We want to find the other root. One root is 1. X minus 1. So put here x square. So this becomes x cube minus x square. So 0. This become minus 2n square. 2n minus 2. This becomes 2 minus 0 minus 2n x square plus 2n minus 1 into x plus 1. Right. Now we have to add minus 2n. Is add numerator. So this becomes minus 2n x square minus 2n into minus 1, that is plus 2n. Subtract, this becomes 0. This 2nx. So 2nx and 2nx x and minus 2n minus x plus 1. Now this is by minus 1. So minus 1 into x, that is minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So the roots is, so we can write this is equal to x minus 1 into x square minus 2nx minus 1 is equal to 0. This is quadratic equation roots. X is equal to 2n plus or minus root of b square, that is 4n square 4ac by 2. That is equal to n plus root n square plus 1 and n minus root of n square plus 1. So there's a condition is given, an is less than, bn is less than cn. This is positive, this is negative, n minus root of n square. This is larger than n. So this is the smallest number. So smallest number is a negative number, that is an is equal to n minus root of n square plus 1. And next is bn. Bn is equal to 1 and cn is the largest number, that is given by n plus root of n square plus 1. What is the question? To find limit n tends to infinity n into n. This we want to find. Limit n tends to infinity n into what is n? Smallest number, n minus root of n square plus 1. This is infinity into infinity form. So rationalize. So this become limit n tends to infinity n into n minus root of n square plus 1 into n plus root of n square plus 1 divided by n plus root of n square plus 1. So this is equal to limit n tends to infinity n into n square minus n square minus 1 divided by n plus root of n square plus 1. This gets cancelled. We'll do limit n tends to infinity n into minus 1, that is minus n divided by n plus root of n square plus 1. This is infinity by infinity form. So this is equal to limit n tends to infinity minus n. N is taken out from the denominator, n into 1 plus root of square by n square plus 1 by n square. This gets cancelled. So this is equal to limit n tends to infinity minus 1 divided by 1 plus root of 1 plus 1 by n square. 1 by n square is 1 by infinity square. This is equal to 0. So answer becomes minus 1 plus this 1. That is equal to minus 1 by 2. So the value of this limit is minus 1 by 2. The sequence a minus 1 n belongs to set of natural numbers is an AP, arithmetic progression, and D is equal to common difference. If limit n tends to infinity, 1 minus d square by a1 square, a1 is the first term, this into 1 minus d2 square by a2 square into up to 1 minus d square by an square converges to 1 by 4, and the first term a1 is equal to 8. Find the common difference. D is the question. You can write this is equal to limit n tends to infinity, the product, that is pi, product of I is equal to 1 to n, 1 minus d by a n, a, this is k equal to a k square, right? Limit n tends to infinity, product of k is equal to 1 to n, ak square minus d square divided by ak square, right? This is a square minus b square form, so a plus b into a minus b. So this is equal to limit n tends to infinity, product of k is equal to 1 to n, ak minus d, ak into ak plus d divided by ak into ak is equal to ak square. This is equal to ak square minus b square. This can be written as limit n tends to infinity, product of k equal to 1 to n, ak minus d by ak into ak plus d by ak. For an AP, arithmetic progression, kth term is equal to k minus 1th term plus common difference d. This implies ak, this is taken LHS, minus d is equal to ak minus 1. ak plus 1 is equal to kth term plus d. So ak plus d can be written as ak plus 1, that is a k plus 1. So this limit is equal to limit n tends to infinity, product of k is equal to 1 to n, ak minus d is equal to ak minus 1, ak minus 1 divided by ak into ak plus d, that is ak plus 1, ak plus 1 divided by ak. Okay. Limit n tends to infinity, k equal to 1, this become ak minus 1, that is a0, a1. Next time n equal to 1, this become a1 by a2. Then n is equal to 1, n is then a2 by a. This up to last term is nth term, an minus 1 by an. Now expand this. For k equal to 1, this becomes k plus 1, right? a2 by a1 into a3 by a2 into a4 by a3 up to an plus 1 by an. a1 and a1 get cancelled, a2 gets cancelled. The cancellation taking place from this corner to this corner, left corner to right corner, goes on cancel. So the remaining term becomes a0 and here. Here the cancellation taking place a2 and in this manner. in this manner. So the remaining term become a1 and an plus 1. That is an plus 1 by a1. Now limit n tends to infinity. We can write this a n plus 1th term is equal to a nth term plus the common difference d. So this is equal to limit n tends to infinity a0, this a1 is taken here, a1 divided by an plus 1 is an plus d, an plus d divided by this an. So that is equal to limit n tends to infinity a0 by a1 into an 1 plus d by an. Be written limit n tends to infinity a0 by a1 into 1 plus d divided by an means a nth term is a plus n minus 1 d. So we can write this is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now limit n tends to infinity. N tends to infinity become common difference by denominator it come infinity. D divided by infinity. So a real number divided by infinity. This is equal to 0. So this entire term this become 0. The rest of the term become limit n tends to infinity a0 by a1. a0 by a1. What is a0? a1 is equal to a0 plus d, or d is equal to, or a0 is equal to a1 minus d. So we can write this is a0 is equal to a1 minus d divided by a1. This is converges to 1 by 4. 1 by a1 is given as 8. 8 minus d, this is equal to a1. Divided by 8, the value is equal to 1 by 4. This becomes 2. So 8 minus d is equal to 2, or d is equal to 6. Value of product of n varies from 3 to infinity 1 minus 4 by n square is equal to question. You can write this is equal to product of n varies from 3 to infinity. This is n square minus 4 by n square. Okay. So this is equal to pi of n is equal to 3 to infinity n minus 2 into n plus 2 divided by n square. This term become pi of n is equal to 3 to infinity n minus 2 by n into n plus 2 by n. This n square is split into n into n. Now apply this value of n. So this one 3 minus 2, that is 1. 1 by 3 into, then n equal to 4. 2 by 4 into, that is 3 by 5 into 4 by 6. Last term become, the going last term is n minus 2 divided by n. The term before this is n minus 3. And before this term is n minus 1. Right. This into, expands this, that is equal to 3 plus 2, 5. 5 by 3 into 6 by 4 into 7 by 5 into 8 by 6. This term, that is n plus 2 by n. The term before this is n plus 1 divided by n minus 1. Cancellation type. This 3 is cancelled with the third term, 3. 3 and 3. This 4, 4. 5, 5. This goes on. So first these two terms are remains here. So goes on, and finally this cut and this cut. The term remaining become these two terms. So in this expression the term remaining become 1 into 2 divided by n minus 1 into n. 5 is cancelled with this 5, right? 6 is cancelled with 6. 7 is cancelled. These two terms is not cancelling. And finally this cancel, and term before here cancel. this 2 term remains not cancelled. So this becomes n plus 1 into n plus 2 divided by 3 into 4. 4 and 2 get cancelled. This is equal to n plus 1 into n plus 2 divided by n minus 1. n into n minus 1 into 6. This is equal by equal form. Meet n tends to infinity. N plus 1 into n plus 2 divided by 6 into n minus 1. Equal by equal. Equal degree by equal degree form. And the direct substitution is become infinity by infinity. So this become limit n tends to infinity. 1n is taken outside. So n into 1 plus 1 by n. This n is taken outside. N into 1 plus 2 by n. Divided by 6 into n into this n is taken out. N into 1 by 1 minus n. This is 1 by 2 by infinity is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. N and n get cancelled and get cancelled. So the answer is equal to 1 by 6 into 1 into 1 by 1. That is equal to 1 by 6. F of x is equal to limit n tends to infinity. Summation n is equal to 1 to n. 3 raised to n minus 1 into sine cube x by 3 raised to n. Find the value of this limit is equal to question. Now this is a cube is coming here, cube. So we have formula sin 3 theta is equal to 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta, or sin cube theta is equal to 3 sin theta minus sin 3 theta, the whole divided by 4. So we can write this expression as f of x is equal to limit n tends to infinity, summation n varies from 1 to n minus 1 into, instead of this we can write 3 sin theta minus sin 3 cube 3 theta formula, that is 3 into sin, here theta is this, x by 3 raised to n minus sin 3 theta, that is sin into 3 into this x into 3 raised to n, whole divided by 4. Limit n tends to infinity, summation n is equal to 1 to n, 3 raised to n, 1 into 3 raised to n, that is equal to 3 raised to n sin x by 3 raised to n. Here 1 by 4 is taken outside. Minus 3 raised to n minus 1 into sin 1 3 get cancelled, so sin x by 3 raised to n minus 1, right. Now this is equal to 1 by 4 into limit n tends to infinity, when n is equal to 1 this becomes 3 into sin x by 3 minus 3 raised to n minus 1, that becomes 1 into sin, this becomes 3 raised to 1 minus 1, 3 raised to 0, that is sin x, plus second term become n equal to 2, that is 3 square into sin x by 3 square minus n is equal to 2, that is 3 into sin x by 3 raised to 2 minus 1, that is sin by x by 3, plus n is equal to 3, that is 3 cube into sin x by 3 cube minus 3 square into sin x by 3 square, and the last term become 3 raised to n into sin x by 3 raised to n minus 3 raised to n minus 1 sin x by 3 raised to n minus 1. The cutting is taking place, this and this get cancelled, right. Then 3 square get cancelled. First time get cancelled. Second time is cancelled first time. Second is cancelled. Finally, this is cancelled with the previous term here. So the remaining term is become 3 1 by 4 limit n tends to infinity. This term, that is 3 raised to n sin x by 3 raised to n minus sin x, right? So n tends to infinity. So this is 1 by 4 into, we can convert this into standard form, that is sin x raised to 3 by n divided by x by 3 raised to n. So I have to so this is multiplied by x, this minus sin x, then limit n tends to infinity. This is the form limit n tends to infinity sin x raised to 3n by x raised by to 3n, or is equal to this, when n is equal to infinity, this become 0 by 0 form, or the so value is equal to, this is equivalent to limit some y tends to 0 sin y by y. This is equal to 1. So the value of this limit is equal to 1. So our answer is 1 by 4 into x minus sin x.